A child is born in North Korea. But the moment this innocent baby comes into the world, he is immediately declared a traitor. North Korea is known across the globe for having some of the harshest laws imaginable, and a few of them are so unbelievable that it feels like fiction. For example, elections do happen here, but people do not actually get a choice. They can only vote for one person, and if they refuse, straight to jail they go. On television, there is only one channel, and even tuning to another option is not possible. North Korea might be the only country in the world where punishment is not just for committing crimes, but even for thinking about committing one. Welcome back to our channel. Viewers, until 1945, Japan ruled over the entire Korean peninsula for 35 long years. But after World War II, Korea was split into two parts: North Korea and South Korea. North Korea came under the influence of the Soviet Union, while South Korea leaned towards American influence. In 1948, the Kim dynasty's Kim Il-sung became the leader, and North Korea was officially declared the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. But in reality, democracy was never born here. In 1950, a war broke out between North and South Korea, which the world remembers as the Korean War. Even after the war ended, no peace treaty was signed, and because of that, both countries are technically still at war. Since then, only one family has ever ruled North Korea to maintain absolute power. First, Kim Il-sung, then his son, Kim Jong-il, and now Kim Il-sung's grandson, Kim Jong-un. Every ruler in this dynasty has tightened their grip by creating harsher and harsher laws. These rules were designed to keep people in constant fear, and to stop them from being influenced by South Korea or Western culture. And today, we are going to explore some of the strangest rules that still exist. For example, in 2024, North Korea banned wearing sunglasses and restricted what wedding dresses could look like. In public stations like subways, people do not hear music but only speeches from the Kim family. And during those speeches, nobody is allowed to make noise or even whisper to each other. If anyone is caught watching South Korean dramas or Hollywood movies, they are punished with forced labor camps or other severe penalties. These measures are called ideological contamination control, so the people do not get influenced by foreign culture. The citizens of North Korea cannot use the open internet either. Instead, they are allowed only a closed version called intranet, which is fully monitored by the state. Everything people search, read, or discuss is tracked. This way, the government controls every piece of information that reaches them, blocking the outside world's influence. Even making a phone call to someone outside the country is illegal unless you get direct permission from the state. Television, radio, and newspapers are run only by the government. The idea of private media does not exist at all. Every broadcast is full of praise for the government, glorification of the Kim dynasty, and hatred against enemies like the United States. From childhood, North Koreans are taught to hate America and its allies. Even haircuts are controlled here. The government allows only a few selected hairstyles, and people must follow them. Anything that resembles foreign fashion is banned, whether it is wearing jeans, dyeing your hair, or dressing in bright colors. Anyone who does so gets punished and their belongings confiscated. And it is not just about clothes. Even food choices are restricted. Hot dogs are banned because they are American, and famous South Korean dishes like budae-jjigae and tteokbokki are also forbidden. To travel from one city to another inside the country, citizens need a permit. Without it, traveling is illegal. As for passports, only the elite, government officials, and Kim Jong-un's close circle are granted them. Ordinary citizens can never dream of leaving the country. Every piece of land, every house, every shop, every business, all belongs to the state. No citizen can truly own anything. They can only use it with permission. Following or practicing. Any religion is also against the law. North Korea does have churches, but they exist only to fool the outside world into thinking there is religious freedom. Anyone who genuinely tries to practice faith is thrown into labor camps. And perhaps the harshest rule of all: if someone dares to go against the government or speak out against the Kim dynasty, not only that person, but their entire family will be imprisoned. This punishment can stretch across 3 generations. That means the children, the grandchildren, and even the great-grandchildren of that individual could suffer for a crime they never committed. If a person is once declared a traitor, even years later when his grandchild is born, that innocent child is also stamped as a traitor. The reason is simple. The government wants to make sure that no trace of rebellion ever rises against the Kim family, not even generations later. Around every colony, apartment, and neighborhood, government spies are secretly planted. Their job is to constantly watch everyone. The strangest thing is that in this country, you do not just go to jail for committing a crime, you can even be punished for thinking about one. If someone thinks against the government and another person reports it, that is like cutting your own legs with an axe. From birth to death, every North Korean citizen must attend weekly self-criticism sessions. In these public classes, people confess their mistakes. For example, I hid someone's weakness from the government, or I did not praise Kim Jong-un enough, or I got impressed by a foreign thing. After confessing, they apologize, and then the rest of the class criticizes them. Every citizen is forced to vote, but the shocking truth is they can only vote for the candidate chosen by the government. Elections are not meant to let people choose their leaders. They are simply a loyalty test. If 100% of people vote for one candidate, the government calls it proof of their power and unity. There is even a National Assembly, known as the Supreme People's Assembly. But its job is not to make decisions. Its job is to clap and stamp approval on whatever Kim Jong-un has already decided. Every North Korean is also required to memorize the government's 10 ideological principles by heart. If anyone stumbles while reciting them, they are branded a traitor. And in all of those 10 points, not a single one exists without mentioning Kim Il-sung's name. Every television in the country is locked to government channels like Korean Central Television. Citizens cannot change channels, and tuning to foreign ones is strictly illegal. Imported TV sets are sold with the foreign tuners disabled before they even enter the country. Even bicycles need to be registered here, with number plates and licenses. To ride one, you must pass a road safety test. Clothes with foreign logos, slogans, or flags are banned because the government sees them as outside cultural influence. They want people to show only North Korean identity. And it is not just the locals. Even tourists face strict rules. Every visitor must have a government-approved guide who decides where they can and cannot go. Tourists are not allowed to talk freely with locals or take random photos. Even interviewing a citizen is forbidden without the guide's permission. Citizens can own mobile phones and computers, but their devices are checked regularly. USB drives and memory cards are inspected, and if foreign content is found, punishment follows immediately. There is also a cruel class system called songbun, which decides a child's entire future from the moment they are born. This system is based on family history. There are 3 classes. The first is the core class. These are families whose ancestors fought alongside Kim Il-sung in the revolution, or who were soldiers in the Korean War. They are considered the most loyal. They receive the best jobs, high ranks in government and the military, and permission to live in the capital city, Pyongyang. Only they can own cars. The second class is called the wavering class. These are ordinary North Koreans, the descendants of farmers or workers whose history is neither especially good nor bad in the eyes of the government. They get only middle-level facilities. The third class is the hostile class. These include descendants of people who once practiced religion, or families with connections to South Korea. The government sees them as traitors. They are treated as the lowest in society and given the worst jobs, working in mines, heavy labor, or street cleaning. Life here is controlled down to the smallest detail. Electricity, water, and gas are given through rationing, and every citizen's consumption is strictly monitored. From the age of 17, every boy and girl must serve 10 years in the military. At the death anniversaries of Kim Il-sung or Kim Jong-il, or on the death of any family member of the Kim dynasty, crying is compulsory. If someone does not cry, their loyalty is questioned. Every house must display portraits of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. Keeping them clean is not just a duty, but a requirement. In schools, children memorize the speeches of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il word for word, as part of ideological loyalty training. North Korea is so cut off from the world that even their calendar's different. They follow the Juche calendar, which began in 1912, the birth year of Kim Il-sung. That means 1912 is Juche Year 1. So while the world calls this year 2025, in North Korea, it is Juche Year 113. There are many reasons why North Korea is so isolated. First, the regime fears that if citizens learn about the outside world, they will turn against the government. That is why travel, internet, and media are all banned. Second, due to their nuclear program, international sanctions have made North Korea even more cut off from the global community. It is important to note that some of these rules may have changed, or even harsher ones may exist today. Nobody knows for sure, because no one can openly share updated information. The facts we know come mostly from people who managed to escape after 1953, or from spy satellites that monitor certain areas. Some North Koreans have risked their lives to film hidden footage and smuggle it out on USB drives through China. We hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like and share it, and thank you so much for your kind comments and support. It means the world to us.